government is funded and controlled by international corporate clients for the benefit of these clients and not for us, the Australian people. The Australian government is blindly following the mainland Chinese dictatorship and terrorising the people of Australia with a totally false panicdemic based on corporate lies. The Australian government dictatorship has destroyed our economy, is depriving us of our human and legal rights, terrorising us with unfounded shock, fear and panic, and is creating universal suffering for all Australians, destroying our businesses, our assets, our lives and our families.
And future.
This is treason.
Treason! Treason, the T word.
40,000 Australians have died since the start of February this year, 750 of flu. Have you heard of these Australians that have died? No, nada, nix. Has the Australian economy been shut down because of the death of these 40,000 Australians? Or even for the 750 who've died of flu? No. What is blasted at us 24/7 is a tiny, tiny, minuscule few of these unfortunate old age deaths, which are part of the 40,000 anyway, who have comorbidity issues apart from old age, who are assigned by an engineered false positive RT-PCR test to a totally unproven flu-like disease, COVID-19, which cannot even pass Koch's postulates, the gold standard of infectious disease proof.
80% failure rate.
Listen to this. Recently, the president of Tanzania has received back COVID positive tests for pawpaws, goats, birds. It's estimated that 3,000 Australians will commit suicide caused by this shocking Australian government terror and treason campaign against us, the Australian people. They tell us we're in a pandemic. Pandemics are defined by huge numbers of people getting seriously ill and dying. Where is this pandemic? Nowhere! Now, the Australian government's international pharmaceutical and corporate buddies, whose only goal is monetary profit, have taken over the World Health Organization, which has become the world big pharma department of vaccine marketing and distribution. Their major goal is to push poisonous, untested vaccines to the entire world population at huge profit. And this whole panicdemic has been designed to gain total control of the world's people.
The media corporations are the virus.
Yes!
Spreading it.
Vaccines have failed. Herd immunity of vaccines is a lie. Vaccines are poisonous. They have never been safety tested. Australians are now sicker than we have ever been. Autism is skyrocketing. It's estimated by 2025, 1 in 2 children in Australia will be autistic. This will cause the end of the Australian nation. 4,000 innocent Australian babies, children and adults have been killed directly from injecting vaccines. 1.5 million innocent Australian babies, children and adults have been maimed directly from injecting vaccines. There are literally now thousands of scientific studies that show that unvaccinated children and adults are far more healthy than vaccinated children and adults who've been systematically poisoned by vaccines. Vaccines contain the most toxic foreign and man-made substances delivered directly into our bloodstream, bypassing all our natural immune defense systems. Vaccines include contaminants and DNA, both male and female, from mice, pigs, dead cancerous human fetuses, cows, chickens, dogs, monkeys, and worms. They contain live and dead viruses and bacteria injected directly into our bloodstream. Vaccines contain aluminium, which is now scientifically proven directly to cause autism. Vaccines contain many other poisons, including formaldehyde, detergent, antifreeze, yeast, preservatives, and metals. Now, I'm going to read you a list. Would you allow something like this to be injected into your body or the body of your children, this will cause febrile respiratory illness, asthma, multiple sclerosis, chronic arthritis, arthralgia, myalgia, polyneuritis, encephalitis, encephalopathy, subacute sclerosing panencephalitis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, acute disseminated encephalomyelitis, transverse myelitis, febrile convulsions, afebrile convulsions or seizures, ataxia, polyneuritis, polyneuropathy, ocular palsies, paresthesia, diabetes, anaphylactic shock, anaphylactic reactions, angioneurotic edema, autoimmune diseases, autism, serious eye infection or loss of vision, severe rash, encephalitis, which is a severe brain reaction, which can lead to permanent brain damage, severe infection, I'm nearly finished, beginning at the vaccination site, death, hypersensitivity, panniculitis, atypical measles, fever, syncope, headache, dizziness, malaise, irritability, vasculitis, pancreatitis, diarrhea, vomiting, perioditis, nausea, thrombocytopenia, purpura, regional lymphadenopathy, leukocytis, and aseptic meningitis. Now that is a partial list of the side effects of the MMR vaccine, the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. Side effects. Would you put that in your body?
No!
Would you put it in the body of your children?
No!
Soon, you will not be able to work, go to university, go to school, get a driver's license, go to the supermarket, or step outside your home without being fully vaccinated. It's already happening. It's happening in Victoria. It's happening in Western Australia. In addition, while we are in lockdown, the Australian government is escalating the rollout of 5G, which is totally unsafe, a dangerous technology which has never been safely tested. Australia, it's time for us to rebel. We do not consent to false lockdowns, self-isolation, social distancing, tracking apps. We do not consent to 5G being installed in mass while we're in lockdown. We do not consent to being injected with mandatory and coercive, untested poisonous vaccines and microchips and nanobots. We vote no confidence in this fascist, tyrannical, treasonous government destroying our lives, our livelihood, and our country over a false pandemic based on a false disease and associated false tests. And I'll remind you of the president of Tanzania who tested this and got positives on pawpaws. They got it on goats and they got it on birds. It's a false test, ladies and gentlemen. Stand down. Stand down, idiotic Australian government, and be accountable for your failure to uphold the Australian Constitution, your deceit, your treason, and your crimes you are committing against all Australians.
And humanity.
UN control.
Thank you.